Hey everybody, welcome to another news flash at the Hockey Writers YouTube channel. I'm Jacob, joined by Stefano and Marc. And the Winnipeg Jets just made a couple deals. So they acquired Brandon Tanev from the Seattle Kraken for a second-round pick, and Luke Schenn from the Pittsburgh Penguins recently acquired for a second and a fourth-round pick. Marc, you cover the Jets, so I'm going to start with you. What do you think about bringing these guys in?
I think this is perfect for the Jets. I think last year they kind of meddled maybe a little bit too much and the chemistry kind of fell off down the stretch. This is perfect. Bottom six for Tanev. He's not messing with the mojo on the top six. And for Luke Schenn on the bottom pairing is the toughness that you need. They have guys who can move the puck. Now they need some steady D-men with big bodies, and you're giving up draft picks, which right now for Winnipeg, they don't need to kind of give away roster pieces. I think this is a perfect no-brainer move for the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, their bottom six could definitely use an upgrade. And as much as I like Nemesnikov, he's not a second-line center. He's playing like one right now somehow.
Yeah.
He's really found a home with the Jets, but I'm sure they would like an upgrade there. But like you mentioned, when they brought in Monahan, it just kind of messed with their mojo a little bit. He was good with them, but it didn't work out as well as they hoped. So like bringing in Nelson or bringing in another second-line center could have thrown them off again. So I like that breakdown there. And obviously Tanev is going to be in the bottom six. And then Schenn, he's going to be kind of a depth guy. He's like another Dylan DeMello who's been phenomenal for the Jets. So I really like that. And you talk about they don't need to take away from the roster. They also don't need to add to their prospect pool. Like the Jets have a really good prospect pool. Mm-hmm. And even outside of their top guys like Brad Lambert and I'm blanking on his name. They just traded McGroarty for him. Braden Yeager. That's it.
Sorry. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And so like they've even beyond that, they've got like Chibrikov, they've got Lucius, they've Salamonson. Like they've got great prospects. So I quite like this deal for the Jets. So I'm going to ask you, it's kind of the same question for both, Stefano. The Kraken are bringing in a second-round pick, and the Penguins are bringing in another second-round pick and a fourth-round pick. So the Penguins obviously just got a second for Beauvillier, and now they get another second for Schenn. And, I mean, they just traded for Schenn and Tommy Novak. So what do you think about the Penguins side of things?
I'll touch on the Penguins here. You know, it's been very interesting these past couple of weeks, especially about how they're playing. And we've been hearing reports and talks of how they want to keep the core guys of Crosby, Malkin, Letang. You know, there's rumors and reports that they might move off Erik Karlsson. If you look at the draft prospect picks right now, they don't have a lot of depth in their pool. But when it comes to the draft picks, they have multiple picks that they just made for the past couple of weeks. And so I think we're going to see a turning point here that they might be going all in. But when it comes to rebuilding and tooling some young players for the future around Crosby, Malkin, and Letang as they age and hopefully make one more deeper push, they have the assets to come in the future without having whittling away while they scrounge for much assets.
Yeah. And what about the Kraken? Same kind of thing. I mean, they're in the very similar situations. Pittsburgh's more on the downswing where the Kraken haven't really had that upswing. So they're still just kind of hanging down. But yeah, any other thoughts on the Kraken side of things?
I agree. Kraken have been obviously coming through expansion. They want to try and simulate that Vegas Golden Knights style, trying to build that roster of a deep 12, deep 6 defensive pairings that can make that push, but they haven't tried it. They've got a lot of prospects like Shane Wright that they try to bring some youth. But this year, it just hasn't been going for them, and they're finally realizing that it's better if they sell off the UFAs. They got a big haul for Yanni Gourde and Oliver Bjorkstrand. This is a nice ad. We've seen so far in these past couple hours that this is a seller's market, and getting a second-round pick, obviously it's in 2027, so it could be down the road. But for a guy that's going to be a UFA that you have really no intentions on re-signing, you might as well make use of it instead of letting him walk in the UFA.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Unfortunately for the Kraken, they're not in a position. I thought they might take a step this year, but they just didn't, even after bringing in Stevenson and Montour. So not the best season for them. They're making the most of it, trading away some assets. And, I mean, they just did phenomenal with Bjorkstrand and Gourde. So might as well just keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. We've got quite a lineup of trades to start talking about after this one. So thanks to everybody who spent the last couple minutes with us. We are going to be uploading all day. There's a ton of content going out on the YouTube channel, and make sure to check out the hockeywriters.com. They have all the latest on the news, the analysis, the trade grades, and everything. So make sure to check all that out, and we'll probably see you in a few minutes for the next video. Thank you.